Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing Killer Nights in Fog. Now, we've always wondered about how Sleuth seems to travel around time periods, so clearly he's entirely out of place given how he's dressed. He's got his normal detective hat on, suit and tie, overcoat, and somehow he's appeared in the middle of a battle surrounded by killer knights. And I say killer because, their swords clearly are showing signs of recent use. And maybe not surprisingly, if you have a detective appearing in the middle of something like that and you've never seen anyone dressed as such, of course you'd be holding a sword to him and threatening him. Well, hopefully, this is not what's going to be happening today. This puzzle will be fairly straightforward. We're going to be able to solve it, and no knights will kill Sleuth here today. Anything else to say before we get started? No, let's take a look at today's rule sets. With Killer Nights in the Fog by Megan 033, we've got fairly straightforward set of rules. I say fairly straightforward. Knight always can catch me out. So, rule sets are normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. We know this one. Second, we know cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So if you imagine that this cell here is a 2, aside from the normal Sudoku rules that neither the column, nor the row, nor the box can contain a 2, any other cell that is essentially a chess knight's move away, which, quick reminder, would be 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side, obviously it could be either side, all of these cells, which are essentially this L shape away, can't end up being 2 either. So you end up with this fairly sizable part of the grid that can't actually be a 2 once you place a digit here. Right, what else do we have? We've got, of course, killer cages. It's in the title after all. Digits in cages do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left. So, let's go with the 5 cage. Essentially what that's saying is that these 2 cells must sum up to 5. There may be more that are hidden in the fog. We'll get to that in a second. So if this was, I had in my example, that was a 2, this would have to be a 3 to make sure that these 2 cells add up to 5. And obviously these 3 cells add up to 6. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placing digits will clear the fog around that cell. So if my 2 assumption here was correct, all of these cells that are currently grey would be revealed. And hopefully it will show us some more clues so that we can actually complete this puzzle. So, only thing left to say would be, please save Sleuth from the Killer Nights in the Fog. As always, for you to play along, link will be in the description down below. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. Yeah, so 6 cage in 3 cells is 4, so it has to be 1, 2, 3. Then you can start to apply some knight trickery. 1, 2, and 3 all see this cell. This cell with Sudoku, this cell with anti-knight move, this cell with anti-knight move. So this cell cannot be 1, 2, or 3, which obviously makes it very tricky to add up to 5 because you only have 2 options, 1, 4, and 2, 3, and essentially we've discounted everything except for the 4. That's 4, that's 1, the 1 here carries on. These are not 1. Sudoku, anti-knight, that's the 1. We can keep going with the 10. This is now, I think always with the 10 cage when it comes to 2 cells, is that it's essentially made up of a low digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a high digit, 6, 7, 8, 9. In box 2, we've already placed 1, 2, and 3. So this can only be a 4, 6, 10 cage. That 4 tells us that is not a 4. That is a 4. That is a 6. This 4 here is doing double duty again. If you look at the 6 gauge, it can be one of 2 options. It's either a 2-4, which it isn't. It sees this cell with Sudoku, this cell with knight move. So this is a 1-5 option, and that 1 tells us the order. That's 1, that's 5. 7 cage we can probably do something with, yeah, because it's not 1-6, it's not 2-5, it is 3-4, and that 4 is doing a phenomenal amount of work. This is not a 4, that's a 3, that's a 4. That 3 will give me a 2, a 3, a 2, sorry, a 3. A 3 in here gives me a 5, How did I? Sorry, I'm going to back up a bit. I think that was just a pencil mark mistake from earlier and I got lucky. But you can see that this 8 cage is not 1-7. It's not 2-6 because neither of them could actually be in the cell. So this is a 3-5 cage. The 5 in here tells me that this is not the 5. That's the 5. That's the 3. Sorry about that. That was like very lucky. 14 cage and 2 cells is either 5-9, which it isn't. You can see this in Sudoku and Knight's Move. So this is a 6-8 cage. Does that 6 see it? Yes, it does. That is not a 6. That's an 8. That's a 6. That gives me a 7-8 cage for 15 because it can only be one of 2 cells. It's either 6-9, which is not. It's 7-8. That 8 keeps doing more work. Oh, come on, Sleuth, you can type. That's it. Can I do anything with this? No, it's just not 4-6 or 2-8, but it can still be 1-9 and 3. Sorry, where? 1-9 and 3-7. No, it can't be 3-7 because these cells all see this cell. Sudoku, Night Move, that's neither 3 or 7. That can be only 1-9. Rest of this is 2, 6, and 9. That is not a 6. Just Night Move. Otherwise, I think the rest of it is actually valid. So I haven't really thought about the 15 cage or the 9 cage. Let's think about both of these. So the 9 cage is not 2-7. It sees both of these cells. It's not a 3-6. I mean, you don't even need both. This one sees both cells as well with Sudoku and Night Move. So 1-8 is possible. No, 1-8 is, Sudoku stops it. So it's not 1-8. It's not 2-7. It's not 3-6. It is 4-5, and that 4 gives us an order. That's 4. That's 5. This cell here now is not 5-7 because we've got 5s looking at it. It's not 4-8 because we've got 4s looking at it. It is 3-9, and that 3 can see the cell that gives us order. That's 3. That's 9. I mean, I can place a 5 in this box. So not Sudoku, so not this cell, not Night Move, and a 15 cage is either 6, 9, or 7, 8. So it's never a 5, otherwise the partner would have to be a 10. So this is the only place for a 5. But we can do a little bit better than this. Yeah, this 6 sees both of these cells, doesn't it? So it sees it with Sudoku in the same box. It sees it with a Night Move. So this is not a 6-9 pair. This is 7 or 8. That 7-8 has to be in here. Just Sudoku. It can only be there. That is a 9. Can I do better? This 12 cage is not 4-8. 4s can see both cells. I think, yeah, it's not 5-7. So this is another 3-9. That 3, well, and that 9 gives us an order. That's 3. That's 9. 2, 6, 9. I mean, that was there ages. That's 1. That's 9. What else do we have? 2s. 2s. Kind of that setup. So 2's up here. 3's not there or there. 3 is up here. 4 is one of these. So this is a 2, 3, 4 setup. That is not a 4, that is not a 3, and that is not a 2. Okay, then we have a pair. This 5 is not in this cell, so that's the 5, 5, 7, which gives me 8, 8, 7. I can probably complete this now. This is 1, 6. I can't complete this. I can pencil mark it. I can do 2, 3. And that 3 gives me an order. These 2 cells now are 7 and 9, and that 9, of course, gives me an order. That's 9, that's 7. That 9, I haven't noticed. Actually, remove some options there. This is still 2, 6, 9, so not too many. Is the 8 cage next? So it's not a 3, 5 cage. It's not a 1, 7 cage. So this is 2, 6. Yes, for a second I was thinking 2, 5. That wouldn't have worked because 5 sees both of these cells. So it is a 2, 6 cage. And I'm not, I mean, yeah, that 6 gives me an order. That's 6, that's 2. That is not a 6, it's a knight move away. That's a 2-9 pair. That's the only place for the 6 in here. That 2 carries on giving more work for us. That's 9 and 2. That 2 gives me 3, 4, and 2. And then we can probably just finish this up. So 8, no, actually, where is 8 in this box? It's one of these 2 cells. All right, I'm just gonna, so I was just looking for a shortcut. What do I need? I need a 1 in here, and it's not this cell. That's the 1. I can finish this up with a 5. These 2 cells are made up of 4 and 3. Too far away from anything to sort of make a difference. Okay. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8. Hang on. That's not a 3. That's a 9. Let's try that again. That 3 is there. And this is now 3, 7, 8. That 8 tells me that's not an 8. That 7 tells me that's not, in fact, that's not 3 or 7. That is an 8. That's not an 8 either. This is 3, 7 pair. Right. We probably need to use a bunch of anti-knight trickery in box 5 to complete it. And then hopefully we can sort of crack on with the rest of this puzzle. Do I need that though? So yeah, 1s I can't do anything with. 2s is one of, I'm going to use lower pencil marks because I'm probably going to end up pencil marking the whole thing. No 6s here. 6 is one of these 2 cells. 7 and 7. Oh, actually 7. Knight move. 7. Sudoku. That's a 7. Now I need 8 and 9. Look at these 9s. Eliminated all of these cells, including this one with knight move. That's a 9. That gives me a 6. Now I need an 8, which can only be in here because of this 8. That's an 8. That's a 2. Right, I need 1 and 5. That 5 tells me that's the 5 I can type. 1. I need 2 and 8. Yep, that 8 tells me the order. That's 8. That's 2. So I've done 1, 2, 3. I need 4, 6, and 7. 6 and 7 can both see this cell. That's 4. This is a 6, 7 pair not resolved. What about this column? What do I need? I need a 2 and a 4. Not a 4. I've got a 4. Sorry, 2 and 9. That 9 tells me that's not a 9. That's the 2. That's the 9. That 9 gives me 4 and 9. We're slowly revealing the entire grid. What can I do in here? I need a 1, which is not this cell, nor this cell. That's a 1 because it's a knight move. I need, I keep saying 4. I need 5 and 8. 8. 8 and 5. Now I need 4, 5, and 7. 4 and 5, that's a 7. Sorry, not 4 and 5. 4, 6. 4 and 6, that's the 7. That's the 4. That's the 6. Doesn't help me with my 3, 7. That's fine. Goodness me, my scanning today is really off. I'm glad I'm doing a more approachable puzzle. 4 in this row can only be in here. That's a 1. That gives me 6 and 1. Doesn't resolve the 6, 7. That's fine. In here I need a 2, which can only be there. A second 3, 7, which can only be here. Ironically, not resolved. Plus whatever it is that I need in here. 8. 8. 8? Looks like it, yep. So, this 11 cage I'm sure helps. It's not 2, 9, it's not 3, 8, it's not 4, 7, it is 5, 6. I mean, I don't think I really needed to actually enumerate this at this point. Feels, I guess that probably implies I've done this in a different route than expected. And I'm looking for an anti-knight move to resolve the 3, 7. That 3 tells me that's not the 3, that's the 3, 7, 3, and if I've not made any mistakes, 7 for the finish. As always, lovely puzzle, Megan. Nice, smooth puzzle for a Tuesday. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video. I think the video was pretty smooth, other than the fact that I can't type or scan. But aside from that, I wasn't necessarily missing a lot of Sudoku like I normally do. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle, and see you back for the next video. Bye-bye for now.